Yo, what's good? What's good, bro? How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. How are you, bro?
Man, I'm doing okay, man. Doing okay, man. You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up. We all the way live for the people?
Yeah, we all the way live, man. So I know we got a long night ahead of us, man. But
Man, listen. I got the coffee. I
you
got
got
my
the,
thermostat somewhere. Where my thermos? I got my thermos
okay.
and I got a pot brewing. So and by the time we hit my show, I got a bottle of something else.
Okay. I'm gonna light the hookah up, man, for your show, man. But I had to get a bottle, man. I don't drink hard liquor, but
Mm-hmm.
I do drink champagne, man. You
Okay.
know that's
You
kind of
have
like
champagne and hookah, huh?
yeah, champagne and hookah, man. I'm gonna light it up, man. So what's good, man? Who out there? Who is out there this Saturday?
Man, let me look up my phone. Even though I can look on the comments here. Who do we got? How many people we got in the building? It's kind of earlyish, but it's all good. We're gonna get it popping. Um,
Yeah, I
shit.
see. I see about four.
Okay. Let me see.
Mm.
Uh huh. Hey. So,
So
shit.
you in Oakland, right?
Yes, sir. Oakland, California, baby. East
Okay.
Oakland to be exact.
You know what I mean? And those that don't know, I'm in Philadelphia.
Oh, Philly, Meek Mill.
Yeah, man.
Do, 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 do. Tell you, man, we back to back. We going back. I'm Drake. You Meek Mill.
Hey, man.
Back to back is kind of scary.
I could flow a little bit, man. You know.
Yeah. I know, Mister. You had a music background. I know you was telling me before that you had a production company or whatnot. You had an artist, but I guess you was a producer. You was a producer that had a couple of bars.
Yeah, I had a couple. You know what I mean? I do an intro or something like that, man. You know.
Okay, so you was P Diddy then.
Yeah,
We gonna
exactly.
call him P Diddy, Puff Daddy, no excuse.
Big
Take
Time
that, take
Universe.
that,
What
take
up,
that.
bro?
What up, fellas? P
Yeah,
Diddy,
man.
no excuse, and Suge Knight Boss.
Oh, see?
Damn.
So if you want to bring your talents, man, come on the West Coast, man.
All in the video. Damn. That shit was iconic. He did not know that was going to be a meme.
Man, that's crazy, man. Your boy Suge Knight, he locked up, right?
He washed. Yeah, he washed. I don't know when or if ever he getting out.
Oh man.
I think they gave him all the years.
Now, real quick, man. So what's your thoughts on dang, I can't remember the guy. He do podcasts now.
The Saint and Sinner.
No. The guy that do podcasts, but he used to be cool with Suge Knight, but it seemed like he always um
So it's not whack. It's a whack 100.
yeah, Wack, yeah. What's your thoughts on Wack, man?
Interesting character, bro. I be feeling the way about whack 100, man. I think at the baseline he keeps it real, and
Uh-huh.
that's like his baseline level. He seems authentic and keep it real. OG from the street, definitely put in work. He's definitely got stripes. He's known,
Okay.
but I don't know. Like I don't know. It almost seemed like in the internet age, in the social media age, it's dinosaurs. It seemed like to me he be doing overly much to stay relevant, and
Uh-huh.
he's always in the middle of some shit. You know, I think recently, I know he was going back. He's been going back and forth with Takashi 69 and stuff like that. But it seems like Whack 100 is always in the middle of some mess.
Hmm.
He's always deep off in some shit, and it's probably by design, to stay relevant or whatnot. But he's an interesting character though. But was it something that he said particular that you wanted me to chime in on, or you just
No,
talking about the man in general?
No, just in general. You know,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I know you on that side of the country, so you
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So plus,
So,
boss got to be cool what I say about factors like that too. So Wack, if you're listening, it's all love, man. It's all love from Big Boss, East Oakland, California. If you're listening, Wack, you
oh
all
man,
right with me. You cool with the boss. Cool with the
so,
bossy boss.
so man, I guess my super chat not active yet, man, because I'm looking, man, and it's saying you don't have access to super yet. Super thanks yet. Rest assured, it's coming soon. You'll be notified.
You get that all the time. Well, hold on. Let me see something. You set it up the other day, though, right?
Yeah. Because somebody would just ask me. I don't know if it's
there. It's there.
Is there?
People, you only got 4 people. People being cheap.
Because they asked me where the super chat button is, so I haven't. I'm looking. If you can see it on your end, let me know. If you Yeah, I see it. Now I'm streaming on 2 channels. I'm streaming on Passport Bros podcast, and I'm streaming on No Excuse ENT. So if you want No Excuse ENT, then you should be able to see it. You should be able to see it. So I'm streaming on both YouTubes right now.
Both YouTubes. Yes, sir.
Just in case y'all don't have it, I'll post it in a group. Yeah, so if you see it you should be able to see it in the chat, MGTOW. Oh, the Big Boss Real Talk, man. Gave you my first super chat, man. Always blessing the homie, man. Always blessing the homie, man.
Yeah, you know how we do. So you know it worked. So hey, guess what? There's no excuse. Haha, see how I did that? There's no excuse not to super chat, man. Run it up, man. He needs to at least make, I can't even say $100 because I just gave him 20. So that's 80. This is his very first live stream that is monetized. I gave the first. We got $5. I gave the first. We got to run it up, man. This is a money campaign. The man got married. He has a wife. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 mouths to feed now, man.
You know what I'm saying? I got bills, man.
He got bills, man. Run it up. He's gonna remember this. It's gonna be close in his heart. I got number 1 though. I gave him the first. But hey, this is his first monetized live stream. Super chat that man. You do super chat. Super chat that man. Super chat, no excuse.
Appreciate it,
his first monetized live stream, his very first one. Super chat that man. $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 if you got it. It's gonna come. It's gonna come, man. I gotta. There we go. I see you.
It's Jay Clyde, the homie. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I got a dude, man. I got a dude on my channel, boy. If he become one of your followers, you gonna love him to death. You probably seen him. Everybody talk about it. This guy cash out, super chatted me $300.
Oh, word. Okay.
300. And before that, he would not always, but every couple of weeks, $100. One time it was 2 100s in one night. It was $100, and an hour later another $100. And then about 2-3 weeks ago, he just shot me 300 on the super chat. Man, shout out to Keith Jenkins. Pull up tonight on my show.
That's love.
Man. I don't even expect it. Yeah, all you got to do is just keep putting out content, keep working and grinding hard because there's a lot of hours, miss sleep, sacrifice, hard work that you take away from others. And now, Mr. Married Man. So I don't even have that. I was about to say problem. I don't even have that blessing. But so now that's just one more piece of the pie that you got to just plug away and work on it. You doing 2 channels, man. Come on, show this man some support, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna be coming with it, man. I'm gonna be coming with it. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So for those that don't know, you know what I mean, Mr. Big Boss, man, introduce yourself, man, you know what I mean, to the audience. And you know what I mean, just tell them about yourself, your channel, what you about.
Yes, sir. Yo, this is Big Boss from Oakland, California. Started my YouTube journey about 6, 7 months ago last year. Before that, about the last year or two, I've been on other people's YouTube channels. I got my YouTube feet wet first on Richie Rich Roll the Tape. Shout out to Richie Rich Roll the Tape on his show. Then I made the rounds to Jedi Drees TV, everybody else's show. And for the longest, people kept saying, "Where's the Big Boss show? How come Big Boss ain't got no channel?" And I remember one of the things that stuck with me, I think this was probably 2020 or 19 or 20. I was doing a New Year's Eve show on Richie Rich channel. And in the comments, people were saying, the biggest crime of the new year is Big Boss don't have his own channel. I'm like, wow. But, I took that shit in the back of my mind. I kept it pushing because I said, I'm not doing no YouTube. I'm just Big Boss. I'll pull up on everybody else's shit. But so last year, by the end of last year, right before my birthday in October, I think September, I started my YouTube channel. I fired it up. I said, man, what's the name's going to be? I said, well, I got a travel WhatsApp group, and my WhatsApp group is called Real Talk with Big Boss. So I just inverted it. So the YouTube was Big Boss Real Talk because why? I keep it real. So my shit obviously is travel related. I'm in the travel sphere. You know what I'm saying? Passport Bros, Travel Fear, all the stuff, hitting all the spots from the Dominican Republic, Sasua to the Colombia, to Brazil, and even way out to Thailand. So yes, Big Boss Real Talk channel is very travel related, but even more than that, I am what is called technically a red pill channel, or some new terms are the manosphere. Manosphere, red pill, men related content for men to help men be better, to be on a purpose, and mostly also to help men escape the matrix by getting this blue book passport. Shout out to Razor Ray. He calls it the Thanos Infinity Stone to whisk us away, man. So that's what my channel is about. My channel, Big Boss Real Talk, it's a men's channel. I talk about red pill topics and manosphere topic, men related topics, and tie those men topics into travel where we us men can get a better situation. And that's Real Talk with Big Boss.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the cut, man. So I definitely want to get into a red pill discussion.
You came to the right person, man.
Yes, sir. So I don't know. Are you a fan of Fresh and Fit? Just curious.
Yeah, hey man, you asked me all the questions, man. You asked me all the questions to make my YouTube alliances smaller and smaller and smaller. Fresh and Fit, they got a rabid fan base, man. After that fiasco they had, when they had the beef with Abba and Preach, shout out to Abba and Preach, they lost a ton of subscribers, man, but they rebounded. I mean, they had like over 400K, like 420, 430K. They went all the way down under 400 to 3 something. They pushed back up. They passed 500,000. So now they back on the climb. And so to answer your question, I was rocking with them pretty heavily before that, before they got into it with Abba and Preach. But after Abba and Preach, I pretty much made a break from them. But that being the case, you know what I'm saying? Even like what people say, like with individuals like Trump or whoever, like even if you don't like the person, not everything they say is wrong. Okay, you might not like that person. You might not like their personality. You might not like their attitude. You might think they're arrogant. You know what I'm saying? You might not like their tone of voice. Right. But is the shit they saying, is it real? Are they talking real stuff? Are they talking real shit? So I have to still say that for the most part, whether they authentic or not, whether they real or not, whether they faking it or not, or whatever, whether they hard or soft or not or whatever, the shit they be saying on the red pill topics, be kind of spot on. And you see that when they invite them chicks into their studio. Now, yeah, you can say that they invite some of the ratchets of the most ratchet, right? They're not inviting like a lot of high class chicks for the most part. There might be 1 or 2 sprinkled in there. So shout out to the 1 or 2. Nothing that's 100%. But for the most part, and maybe for the entertainment value, they be inviting the ratchetest ass chicks up in there, and you see on display. So even though I don't necessarily rock with Fresh and Fit heavy like I used to before that beef with Auburn Preach, I have to say, Boss is real. I have to keep it real. Fresh and Fit, they be talking that real shit a lot of times when it comes to the men-related topics, exposing the female BS and fuckery and bullshit.
Facts. So I brought that up because they've been having a recurring guest, and he's kind of like in the red pill space, and he be spitting a lot of facts. So it's a guy, I guess his name Rolo.
Yeah, the white guy.
Yeah, the white guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and he really be spitting.
He do. I've been following him. Matter of fact, before Fresh and Fit, Rolo, when I first got into the red pill years and years ago, I was following the white boys. I didn't really. I'm sure there probably was, but you know how YouTube works. YouTube have you all in different corners, and you don't discover nobody till you link up with this person, subscribe to this person, and they shout out this person. You know what I'm saying? Person could have been on YouTube for 10 years, but you just found them, right? So, right. But in my YouTube algorithm, when I used to go on YouTube for the red pill, I follow a lot of white boys. Sandman, Rolo, Turfling, and Monkey. Some of these names I forgot. So we're talking like 2014, 2015, well before 2016. I was following a lot of the white red pill manosphere guys. I didn't really get onto the black manosphere to mostly, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Even though I don't know if O'Shea really call himself red pill anymore, but he is manosphere or he rebranded a Negro sphere. So yeah, I'm familiar with Rolo, and the white boys be on it. And a lot of times, the white boys, man, they be spitting that real. They don't pander to women like some of the black red pill and MGTOW guys be doing. Right. And we might can speak on that. So some of your better red pill black guys sometimes almost pander, and they don't stay on code 100%. And then again, there's another reason why I have to kind of give it up to Fresh and Fit, even though I don't want to, because they definitely don't pander. they can kick chicks out or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? But so it's a whole thing, because I understand that we got to come together at some point, and the war is not to eliminate the other side, right, but it is kind of to bring one side to submission. And we're not going to get nowhere by pandering. We have to keep it real and say what the F it is, not to be so crazy on your channel. We have to keep it real and not be pandering. I know a lot of women like to come into the red pill space. A lot of women are nosy. They like to come into the manosphere space. You even have some women that can kind of adapt to it, which is great. But at the same time, I don't think we need to water down our message. If anything, they need to step their game. They want to come over here in these waters, they need to step their game up. We don't need to water down our message.
Facts. So it was something Saint the Center had made. He made like a clip, and you know what I mean, I'll play the audio. I'm not gonna like post the video because for some reason with black content creators, man, you can't even react to something without somebody trying to, I've been hearing about copyright strike, and you can't even if you're doing it correctly, people just find little things to just pick at certain people's. But I'm gonna play it on my phone. People can listen to kind of what he said. And it was probably a general statement, but I found some ignorance behind the statement. But a lot of his content is for, for people to react to.
Yeah.
RP coach.
So let me
Are you dumb? Do your research. I have a whole RP coach, meaning red pill. Are you dumb? Do your research. I have a whole video saying red pill is nonsense. We're no pill over here. I don't promote intoxicants. I don't promote drugs. And most importantly, I don't promote a non-existent philosophy based on a fictional movie. A philosophy that has no chief philosopher, a philosophy that has no leader and no organization.
So I don't know if you got.
I saw that clip when it came out. I mean, I think. Well, I know he said that on a live, and then people have clipped it. So it's it's making its way around all the social media sites as clips of that main part right there. Yeah.
So what do you think about just the idea? Because even Rolo said that, you got naysayers just about using these quote unquote pill terminologies, and it's just like, where does it come from? Is there a leader behind it? Is there a structure behind it? Is there a real community? So what are your thoughts about that?
Okay, so my thoughts about it is, people normally don't talk about stuff and jump on a train, whether especially for or against, to something really takes off. The red pill terminology has been around since the movie The Matrix. That's what Satan is talking about. And you know when that movie came out? It's a trip that a movie came out so long ago, and it still kind of holds up with the special effects, and then it kind of shows our age. That movie is over 20 years old. It came out in 99, not even 2000. I thought it came out in 2000. It came out in 1999. So that movie 23 years old, 20-some years old, right? And that term has been around. Now, all of a sudden, 20 plus years later, people want to take issue with it because it's got popular. How come nobody had issue with it before? But it got popular because what? It's real. It didn't get popular because it's fake. It literally technically would not have got popular 20 years later if it had no truth to it. So obviously there is truth, and that's why it got popular, because it is true. 20-something years later, it gained steam. Now, the whole thing about red pill, the beautiful thing about red pill is that red pill itself means aware, means awake. Meaning I once was blind, but now I see.
Right.
I once was ignorant. I was blind of the situation. Now my eyes are open. Now I see. That's what red pill is. Now you can apply that to different facets. So in a movie, of course, in a fictional movie, it was talking about the government and control and society. But you also can use red pill for actually real life society, the way our government controls. And I don't want to get off into conspiracies, but you also can use a red pill in anything that's an awakening, where at one point you was unaware, you were ignorant. Ignorant means not knowing. Now your eyes are open. Now you're aware. So that is a true phenomenon, a true statement, period. Now, is it misapplied sometimes? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you could take that concept of awakeness, and maybe you can misapply it. But when you apply it to relationships, when you apply it to our Western societies, I don't think it's misapplied. It ticks off all the checklists. A lot of guys were unaware of the hidden mechanisms of feminism in our government. The television programming when we were kids, treat all women like queens, all women are right, blah, 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 blah. Take her out on 3 days, open door, all the stuff, until one point you wake up and you're aware of female nature. It ain't everything sugar and spice and everything nice. So the thing is, now people want clout. Some people like to be contrarians. They want clout. They want to go against a grain. So if something is already popping and popular, they'll go against it just because. And they might even really agree with it. They might agree with it, but for the sake of an argument, to start a back and forth argument, a two-way conversation, for drama, for mess, they will start mess and they will kick up drama and go against something just to create a talking point. So guys say, it is a red pill. Now, I would say this, though. This is what I will say. Now there's something called the black pill. and and it's gaining a lot of traction. I don't really subscribe to it. I'm keeping my eyes on the Black Pill YouTubers. I'm in communications with some trying to get me to come on their channel. I'm thinking about it and whatnot. I thought about inviting some on my channel. I even bought a book or two. Some of these Black Pill YouTubers are actually putting out books, ebooks. I actually bought a couple, and I'm kind of scanning through it or whatnot. So now you have the emergence of a Black Pill. And so the only thing I would say on that is, at some point, it possibly, I'm not saying about them per se, the Black Pill yet, but at some point it can get kind of crazy if every week you come out with a pill. Right. Oh, now it's a purple pill. Now it's a rainbow pill. Now it's a green pill. Green means go, and so yes, and that's unfortunate. And then what happens, it waters down the real message, right? It waters down the real red, because it is a real red pill. It waters down the real red pill, because every week some smart ass, oh, I got the pink pill. So then it can start to get crazy. And so for those on the outside would say, well, you know what? If that's the case, forget all those pills, and we know pill over here. So that's why, in real life is a nuance. And that's why I'm getting better in my old age. I'm maturing. I'm trying not to just slam people 100%, because I realize there's gray areas. Nothing is really 100%. There's a lot of gray areas and truths on both sides. So on one way I could see with Satan Centers, and I heard others, well, we ain't no pill, we don't do pills and blah, blah, blah. Because on one hand, all these different pills getting crazy. What, you gonna have a pill for every color in the rainbow? That's kind of silly and ridiculous. But on the other hand, there is a thing of a red pill, and red pill is an awakening. You are aware now. You once was asleep. You once didn't know. You once were ignorant of the situation. Now your eyes is open, and now you're aware to the game. That's red pill, and red pill is real.
Facts. I subscribe to the red pill community, and another step forward, is being a passport bro.
Boom. We the same on that. Red pill, passport bro, and manosphere, and Negro manosphere. So and in whatever order you want to take it, maybe Negro manosphere, passport, fur, whatever. But those four, right? Those four. And yes, things can get crazy, and I get it. Things can get crazy when people just take an idea and just run with it. Oh, we're gonna have a turquoise pill. Oh yeah. So, but now you're messing up the message now.
People don't study. Every type of movement has a history. Sometimes people don't study the history or where it comes from, And I'll take it a step further. Like, it's not complicated. People talk about, what's the manosphere? What is that? Like, the manosphere is a simple concept. It's just a space for men.
Boom.
That's all it is. It's a space for men. That's all it is. Red pill comes from the analogy comes from the movie The Matrix. I have taken a red pill. Now I see the bullshit from the real. That's pretty much. Now you got people that have built on a red pill. Those that come from the Facebook travel community. We had a man named Charles Tyler that started kind of coining the term "escape the matrix." Which something Tariq Nasheed. The Matrix was a term Tariq Nasheed used a lot, escaping the Matrix.
Okay.
And
shout out to Tariq Nasheed, Hidden Colors.
Yes, sir. And that pretty much is just saying is that I took the red pill. Now I've escaped the Matrix. Now the movie just you escape the Matrix mentally. You're still in the United States or in Western society, but you have escaped mentally the Matrix. The travel community took it a step further, said, we can physically escape the Matrix and travel to these countries, i.e. passport bros, So that's where people been traveling, men have been traveling, you know what I mean, internationally for a while, but
Right.
the Passport Bro movement kind of came from Escaping the Matrix. You know what I mean? Those guys that intentionally traveled to escape the Matrix. You know what I mean? Those are the original, what I would call the original Passport Bros. You know what I mean? So, and then you got different factions of Red Pill. Some people say Red Pill is, you know, not dealing with women or not getting married. You know what I mean? Some just, you know what I mean? I look at Red Pill as just saying, I'm not doing anything in the Matrix, whether it's marriage, having kids, but I would do it outside the Matrix.
Right.
You know, so there's different spins on Red Pill, but the basis is that you know the real from the BS. You know what I mean?
Basically. And you're right. So just to piggyback and repeat and regurgitate what you just said, in my way, the whole, if you really break it down, if you want to be super technical, then it is a mental thing. Especially if we take it from the confines of the movie, it's a mental thing. All it is an awakening. It's an awareness. It's not even really an action per se. It's not even, I mean, it obviously can turn into action, right? It can turn into action, but at its base, it's a mental thing. You just know. It's this knowing. You're awake, you're aware, you see it.
Mhm.
Like in real life, you might have that friend, or be it a relative, or one of your homeboys. You, for the longest, you thought he was cool. You know, you didn't know him from high school, but he always had his little ways, and you didn't really think no way about it. But then later, when you guys got grown, right, start having kids, you know what I'm saying? Some of his true natures really came out, and then you saw it. You're like, oh, this explains a lot. This why this mofo been like this since we was in school, and always acted, you know, a little funny way when we would go like on the double days and, you know, after school with the chick. Oh, you know, but then so you know. But if you're humble, you might still mess with it. You might still deal with them. You might, but now you might deal with them differently. You might deal with them with a long handled spoon, because you know. The only thing is it's a knowing. If that whole analogy made sense, is what I'm saying is it's just knowing. Even if you still continue to have that relationship with that homeboy, with that partner, you been cool 20-some years since you guys was high school running around, and now you guys are grown. And now, as grown men, his ways really exposed. So now you really see how he get down. But that's your boy. You still love him to death. But you deal with him a certain way. Now, knowing what you know, there's certain things you won't do. Hey, let's go hang out. Nah, I think not. Hey, let's go. Nah. You know, you still deal with him, but now you're going to deal with him. You're going to move differently because now you know. Now you're aware. You still mess with him, but you know, so you deal with him differently. It's just a knowing. Same thing what we're talking about here in this feminized Western Matrix world. We're still here. For us who have not expated yet and living in the Matrix. We're still here. We still got to go to work. We might have to interact and sometimes, you know, do what it do with the opposite sex sometimes. But guess what? I know. I mentally know. So even if I choose to, like that high school friend, if I choose to, whatever, now there's certain things I'm not going to do. Now there's certain ways I'm not going to go because I'm aware. And I would deal with you. But since I'm aware, now I'm going to deal with you with a long handled spoon. So all it is an awareness, and it's an awareness for your own self. It's safety for your own self. So you don't walk in nowhere naive. Everything is fine. Blah, 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 blah. Pooh. No. You might still walk in. But instead of walk in, la-da-da-da-da, you walk in there like this. Now you aware. That's all Red Pill is. People do too much on these YouTube streets. People just want beef. People want drama. People want a talking point. They just want to be a contrarian. They just want to have something to say just so they can make themselves sound some kind of way and just oppose some shit that they really shouldn't be opposing because it's real shit.
Yeah,
Red is real.
Yeah, you're right, man. I'm kind of getting, you know, I've watched people do things for clicks and views, you know, and some things I think is funny. Some things is just kind of like they doing what they doing to build their channel, but some people are getting turned off by it,
Right.
and I you know it's always gonna be a person that you're gonna poke the wrong bear. You know what I mean? You're gonna
Absolutely.
poke the wrong bear, and
Absolutely.
then so
You don't know until it's too late. Even though
yeah.
it should be warnings. I mean,
Yeah.
it should be warnings, but a lot of times you don't know till it's too late to that bear then swiped half your face off and bit your neck off. So yeah, but unfortunately, that's the YouTube world we live in, that now we are monetizing, trying to make some kind of bag out of it. Is negativity sales, drama sales, and mess sales. So but on one hand, I think for longevity, channels and who really get deep off into mess and the fuckery and all this kind of stuff, they might have initial success, but they don't last. And then that's why they have to shut down the channel and then start a new channel. And like every 6 months or every year, it's a new channel. And now they going from that to and the channel doing pranks. And shout out to the prank channels, or then the channel now all they do is reactions, or they do pranks, or they look for somebody else to troll. Those channels really don't have legs. They don't have a foundation. They're just a quick dopamine hit. Quick dopamine hit. People, a lot of people don't care. They're not invested. It's just YouTube anyway. Ha ha, laugh, kiki, and they move on. But they don't even take those YouTubers serious. They don't even take them serious. They look at them YouTubers like TikTok, Instagram. Laugh, move on. Laugh, move on. They not building no foundation. Shout out to Ace Live. Ace Live did that video a lot of months ago talking about evergreen content. Some of his videos now, he has all those videos, hundreds of videos. Some of those videos are evergreen content, meaning years later, not months, 2-3 years later, the YouTube algorithm will still promote and push videos from 2019, 2020. Those videos get tens of thousands of views. He gets monetized 14 grand on a video he did years ago. That's real content. Yeah. Not this silly ass trolley bullshit content that some YouTubers like to do. And hey, YouTube is a big platform. Do you? But I do real stuff over here on my channel, and I only align myself with people who do real stuff and keep it real. Real talk, big boss.
Yes, sir. That's one thing I did notice before I get into the next question, man. That the travel content I produce, I see people, years looking up for, because there's specific places, specific countries, and when I'm trying to visit a new country, I'm going on YouTube, type in, let's say South Africa or a city or something like that. But some of these content creators, they create instant news or instant information, but it's not something someone's going to want to go back and see a year from now.
Yes, that's a true statement. However, I would just put an asterisk and caution that at the end of the day, we are not YouTube. We are not the algorithm. We really don't know that 100%. But you can take some educated guesses. And you also can look at your own self, your viewing habits. You can look at the patterns and others. But YouTube is a crazy machine, man. The algorithm is something else. So sometimes you just don't know what's going to hit. And you don't know what's going to hit in 6 months from now. You don't know. Hey, shout out to Razor Ray.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man.
You don't know what's going to hit. You don't know what's going to hit 6 months from now. You don't know what's going to hit a year from now. Shout out to Ace Live. You don't know what video is going to hit 3 years from now. Now that's called a long pass. You throw the long pass. You go way on the other end of the field, and you catch it 3 years later. Bam, 10 grand in your hand from a video you made in 2019. So sometimes you don't know, but the thing is, I would just say, try to do the best content you can at the time of whatever your skill level is, right?
Right.
We all start from somewhere. Just press record like Think Media. Just start. Just do whatever your skill level. Just do it. Try to be authentic. Try to be real. Try to give it the best you can, and just put it out there. That's one thing I have to do. Is I'm constantly taking instruction, and one of my problems on my YouTube, if we switching to YouTube right now, is I want everything to be perfect as I can make it, right? Even my perfect is still like little because I'm relatively new, but I take that almost a little too serious. I try to make everything the best I can, and now I'm getting a lot of feedback from bigger YouTubers like, you know what, that's fine and that's good. In those small stages, in the early stages, more it trumps super duper quality. Still try to do quality as much as you can, right? But they say try to put out more, put more videos, more times at bat. That 1 video a week, 3 videos a month, not gonna cut it. Try to do 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week. You probably can't do every day. If you could, that'd be great. You probably can't do every single day. Do 2 or 3 a week, not 1 a week. You'll be better served from building your platform, getting new people, the algorithm getting used to you, robotically, you uploading videos, you pumping out 2, 3, 4 videos a week versus you doing 1 polished, well edited, everything nice, tidy, 1 a week. Get 100 views, 70 views. What? I done spent 4 hours. I spent 4 hours editing it, and I got 68 views. So, especially when you have a low numbers anyway, right? So They say you better off popping out them videos. Pop out 2, 3, 4
You'll get
videos.
better.
Even if you have to dump, not so much dumb, even if you have to lower your quality by like 70% to speed it up, lower your quality a little bit and pump out more videos. So that's what I have to start doing for myself.
Oh yeah, man. You got to, man. You got to. Before I forget, I was gonna. What's another thing I was gonna say just about what I've been saying in these YouTube streets is that for people that may be watching it, now or in the future, it's some street dudes that's content creators too. Like you can't be you could cross paths with somebody, and even a person like myself, like I'm a little bit more mellow now. You know what I mean? I'm not 18, 19-year-old Rob. But you know what I mean? I'm not
a killer, but don't push me.
I'm somebody that'll walk up to you and be like, yeah, so what was you saying on that stream?
For real though.
You know what I mean? See, it's a little different. You don't really see the beefing in the travel community because we gonna cross paths.
Oh, we outside.
We're gonna cross paths.
We outside. That's what's very interesting. That's one thing I love about the travel community, not to step on your toes, but we really about this. You see us on YouTube. Yes, you see us on YouTube, but you also see us in real life. Before I did my YouTube, again, I just started my YouTube last year, September, but I've been traveling since 2018. And in all these travel WhatsApp groups and travel Facebook groups and travel groups, a lot of travelers, not all the travelers got a YouTube channel. One day they might, but most of the travelers don't have a YouTube channel. They just travel. They just be out there. And you will really run across people who you be having issues with in the groups sometimes. Sometimes guys be having and I've been guilty of that. Boss, I toned down. I'm not the 45-year-old boss. I'm the 50-year-old boss now, right? So I was still crazy at 45, 47, 49, whatever. But no, what I'm saying is, as travelers, no, we outside. You would easily see us. I ain't gonna say in DR. You would see us at Rumbus. You would see us. So I'll get specific. You would see us at the beach, Jorge, 65. You would see us at the casino. I'm not gonna say Brazil. You would see us at Mabs. You would see us at Dos Vita. Okay. So yeah, you would really see like, what's up? What's that stuff you was talking? Oh, you 6'3". You 270 pounds. Oh yeah, I didn't look like this on YouTube, huh? Okay. Watch your fucking mouth. So it's a trip, bro. It's a trip. But for the most part, because of that,
Mhm.
the most extreme levels of, fuckery is normally died down in the travel groups. Oh, man, you got super chat. Let me be quiet. You shout out your super chats, man.
Yeah,
I
big
can't talk over your money. Get your money, man.
That's the homie, man. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Salute both of you. That passport lifestyle. Like I said, I just keep it real, man. I'm toned down and all that stuff because I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Y'all know what Bossy Boss do when I travel. Bust it up. But yeah, we outside. But you notice though, and this just goes together, right? Normally the most catty type dudes, the most trolly type dudes, the dudes have so much to say on these damn keyboards.
Mhm.
It's the ones that don't be outside.
Mhm.
You think about that direct opposite contrast. The ones who do this the most and do this and Twitter finger the most, they don't be outside. They be in their mama basement, looking at Pornhub, whacking and jacking, talking smack to real travel bros. And the ones that really be catching flights, not feelings, we don't say too much. Because guess what? It's just what it is. Respect. What did Kevin Samuels say? Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He said between men. He said with men, there's always what? The low level threat of, what did he say? Violence. I was waiting for you to finish. Yeah. So violence. With men.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. With men, there's always the low level threat of violence. Right under the surface. Cool. I'm funny. I'm chilly. I'm high. I'm big times. I'm not killer, but don't push me. But the ones who read and messy and talk shit and trolling, you're not gonna see them.
Yeah.
But good thing some of these grays come in. These grays kind of show my age. When I shade this all the way down, people, boss, you not 50. I said, I'm 50, bro. I'm nifty 50. You know what I'm saying? Black don't crack, baby. Black don't crack. But yeah, though, man. So at this age, man, I'm trying to have fun because I got into the game late, man. I'm still mad. I got into the game late. No one told Bossy Boss about this travel life, man. They kept it to themselves. The best kept secret on the West Coast. Maybe you East Coast cats, because everything is right there, right? But way over here and then in Cali, like Florida, I guess. But Cali, we got the good weather, women, weed, and weather. Everybody's already here in Cali. They come, especially Los Angeles and a little bit of Bay Area. Everybody come to California. We got the good weather. We got beautiful women. Cali is like its own little world. Nobody told Bossy Boss about traveling. I didn't know about international traveling until I went to Florida. And when I went to Florida, my eyes got open. Okay, red pill on that, right? My eyes were open. I went to Florida. My eyes got open on international travel. I was in Florida International Airport. Dominicans, Haitians, Cubans. I said, what's all this? Oh, we're announcing flights over here. We have flights going here. We have direct flights here. Blah, 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 blah. I said, what is all this? I didn't get that in growing up in Oakland.
Let me read this comment real quick.
All right.
Mr. Dacus. Most travel guys don't fight over words said online. It really gets messy when they find out one of them was messing with one of their females. Or they
say that. Say that. That, and because of that, right? If you're going to transition, parlay into that, that's another reason why you're not supposed to be loving, unless it's real. Okay. Yes.
Let me give a shout out real quick, man. Felicia, man, she holding the boy down, man. I see her in a couple of people channels helping out, man. Appreciate you, baby. Thanks for keeping the chat active. So I wanted to give her a shout out.
Is she your moderator? Have you gave her a wrench? Is she your official moderator?
I put a wrench in there. I put a wrench in there for her.
That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to her. She the best. She is the best. She's also one of my moderators. So shout out to her. Yeah, man.
So I want to talk about another red pill discussion. So So the question gonna be, and then I'll lead into it, is gonna be, how is red pill helping men? So I was listening to a snippet of Rolo on Fresh and Fit today on my Facebook,
Okay.
and he was talking about how the society is trending towards a polyamorous or polygamy type situation with undercover, meaning that you're going to see a bigger separation from the top 10 or 20% of men being sought after by most women, and you're seeing the rest of the 80% of men not even being obsolete. And he brought up examples about how some women are seeking certain, men for their like sperm. You know what I mean? They're buying sperm from certain men. And so you're just seeing like this cycle of just women wanting things from this top 10 or 20% of men, which is really polygamy. And he was just saying that at some point the 80% of men are just gonna become extinct. No one's gonna want to reproduce with them, and it just doesn't look good. And it was a guy in the comments, man, and it really sounded sad. He said no hope for us betas to find a hobby. He said it's better for us to find a hobby and stick to it because nothing's changing. And then I commented about it. I was like, bro, get a passport, travel. And then he mentioned that nobody has money like that to go to another country and find a woman. At least I don't. So two things that stuck out is like, he got the red pill. He's aware of what's going on, and now you're devastated. You like, man, this is reality. Like, you're devastated. And so he refers to himself as a beta. He said there's no hope, and then he talked about not having money to at least escape the matrix, man. So that it sounded scary, man. So how was him being exposed or taking a red pill? It seems like it's, damaged his psyche,
Well, yeah, that's a range of things. About 3 or 4 things popped in my head as you read that guy's comment. Well, the first is natural. It's called, sometimes we call it red pill rage, but it might not have to be red pill rage. It can be red pill anxiety, red pill paranoia. But when you first are awakened, it can be scary. When you realize, this whole time you've been lied to, you thought you were safe and secure. Now you see you're not. You see things what they really are. As your brain takes that in, it can be overwhelming. But normally you'll go through that. So he might just be going through that phase. And then, okay, at that point, if you have a survivor spirit in you, you're going to have to adapt. Not like the dinosaurs, because they didn't adapt, they died off. But you're going to have to adapt. Okay, this is what it is. This is real. This is reality. This is red pill. This is what it is. This is where I'm at. Okay, get to work. What do I have to do to make this the best situation for myself? So the whole thing is we have to keep giving guys hope. Now, I know one thing too, right? So there's so many things on that level we can unpack. He said, nobody got money like that. Now, obviously, we know nothing about this guy. We don't know if this guy works at McDonald's. We don't know if this guy's retired. We don't know if this guy makes 50K a year. If he makes 35, 40, and 50K a year, he can travel. A lot of people are under the assumption that travel is very expensive. It's not free and it's not overly cheap, but you can travel on a budget. See, that's one thing too. I can say that because back in the day, I thought you had to not have $1 million, but I thought travel wasn't for people like me, right? I'm a regular guy, work a regular job. Travel is not for people like me. Travel for people with them big wig job, corporate jobs with the briefcase, So a lot of people are in ignorance. They don't know. That's why they need to watch these travel channels and say, oh, wow. For like $600 or $800, I can get a round trip ticket for here. I can stay in nice hotels. It's like $25-$30 a night, $50 a night, less than $100 a night. This and that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things people don't know. And then once you get it in your mind that this is what you're going to do, trust and believe. Unless you're working at McDonald's making like $6 an hour, there's ways you can save money. A lot of people want to have their cake and eat it too. Well, hell, cancel your cable. Cancel your cable and just have YouTube. Stop buying Jordans every time they come out. You don't have to buy the biggest, nicest, fanciest car. You can downgrade a lot of other stuff in your life and then put towards travel. So there's all kind of little things they can do. But I can see in the front term, when somebody first gets hit with this dose of a red pill and how bad the situation has become, it can be overwhelming to some guys. But if they push through it to the other side, they say, okay, this is what it is. This is what I got to do. I got to rework my mind. I got to reinvent myself. And you know what? And then we teach, if not excellence per se, we do teach being proactive, being your purpose. Maybe you shouldn't only just be working only a part-time job making $10 an hour. What are you doing with your life? Go back to school, learn some certifications, try to get a job paying $15-$20 an hour. You got free time, you just staring at the wall, go pick you up a second job. Sometimes you got to kick yourself in the butt. You can't just be lazy. You can't be lazy all the time. You being lazy, you think you're going to get everything you want. Sometimes you got to kick yourself in the butt. You got to go out there and get it. Maybe you got to get in the gym and work out and lose some extra pounds. Work some overtime on your job. Pick up another job. I mean, so you can't just be lazy 100% and then expect you can get everything you want. So there's a lot to that. And like I say, that one guy leaving a comment on somebody's video, there's a whole iceberg of stuff under the water we don't know. But I hear you. You focused on what he said, and yeah, it do sound kind of sad and sound kind of crazy. But shout out to that brother, man. Hopefully, he don't lose hope. Hopefully he'll find channels like yours, like No Excuse Entertainment and Passport Bro Podcast. He'll find travel channels. He'll find channels like Richie Mac Zoom to Thailand, where they don't discriminate, and he'll see that there is another way. This is not the end all be all.
Right.
Yes, it is going to require some money, but it's on you to do what you have to do to make some extra money. Even if you got to make some cutbacks in your life, get off your ass and do something. And I don't want to say this. This is true. I don't want to say this. This is what it is, and we're not going to focus on this. But I probably should say it. 100. Every single person probably would not be saved, right? I mean, there are some that's going to go under the wayside. Some that would be swept and left behind for whatever the reason, but it don't have to be you, right? Just nebulous. It don't have to be you. Let it be the next guy. Let it be this guy. Common sense reality. And men, we supposed to be able to deal with reality. Sometimes women don't, right? Women live in a fantasy world. Men live in reality. In reality, not everyone is going to make it. Everyone is not going to make it, right? But make sure you make it, right?
Exactly.
Don't make excuses. Get off your ass. Stop being lazy. Network with friends. You know what I'm saying? Work other jobs. Do side hustles. Do what you got to do. Save your money. Get rid of stuff. Save extra. Do what you got to do to kind of rise higher and higher. Right. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do. And that's real talk with Big Boss.
Just to piggyback off that, and I'm gonna use my words carefully while I bring this up. So there's a reason, and somebody asked this question ironically on Fresh and Fit as well. There's a correlation between men not having access to women or access to resources to the rise in transgendering, so once you
you better be careful with that, man.
I'm listening to him. Once you determine that you're a beta,
nah,
or whatever you want to call yourself, you refer to you as a beta or anything less masculine, you're opening yourself up to changing possibly. Because
Yeah.
think about it. If you got if there's men, because we live in capitalism, everybody can't be rich.
No.
If majority of women are requiring the top 10 or 20% of men or top earners, it's going to forever leave a group of men out. And so there's going to be men that's going to feel like, okay, for me to be more accepted in society, I'm going to have to be more like a woman. You know what I mean? For me to have a companion, I might have to be more like a woman. So, you know what I mean? So I think that maybe our country is trending more towards that. I don't know, but I don't know if that's a harsh that may be a harsh reality or anything like that. But he sounds like somebody that might, you know, change over. You know what I mean? Like I'm a beta. I might as well be a bitch. You know.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
So
what kind of show you invited me on? No excuse.
no, no, I'm just saying. It's
no excuse. Ambush the boss.
no,
He ambushed the bossy boss. What's going on?
No, I mean you don't have to. You don't have to comment on that. But I'm just. But
hey man. Hey, we on your channel, not on mine.
I'm seeing that some men may feel like there's no options.
Yeah,
because everybody can't make 100,000, bro.
They can't. The reality. Well, that's one reason why we have to push options, right? A lot red pill or blue pill, ignorance, not knowing. A lot of guys, I still say this to this day. A lot of guys simply don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Even in 2022, wealth of information, YouTube on your fingertips, some people still don't know. And so they're not even aware. They don't know they got options. They don't know. So that's why we have to keep pushing our channels to wake guys up. Red pill, blue book, right? Red pill, blue book. You got options because yes, the landscape in America and in not so you can say America, Canada, UK, Western. Though it's funny. Far as I know, I'm gonna speak on a little of what I know. I don't know 100%, but from what I see on the surface, a lot of the Middle East, Arab, Muslim nations, they tend to don't have these kind of problems. The Middle East, Arab, Muslim nations tend normally to not have these problems.
But who run them countries though?
Hello, the man. All right, and these Western so-called democracies is leaning towards feminism, and
So let me ask this question real quick because the economics, some guys gonna be able to get the bag, some guys might not be able to get the bag. But what do you say to guys that can't get laid in the U.S.?
Damn.
Is it okay? Is it okay? Because I hear a lot about sperm retention, people doing things like that, or whatever you call it. But if our red pill messengers are gonna say it's okay to not have sex, AMS talks about it sometimes. He say, be about your purpose.
Yeah.
Don't let sex or the desire of sex control your mind. Be able to go without sex for long periods of time. So I mean, what do you say? I guess how can you help somebody that want to get laid or can't get laid or haven't been laid in years?
But like we say, man, I get it. Nothing, no matter if you want it to be, is 100%. There's no 100% fix all for every single situation.
Right.
Some people will go under the bus. Some people will be left behind. The world is not fair. Men realize that a lot earlier, I think, than women folk. The world is not fair. Everybody cannot make it. Everybody will not get it. It is what it is. The only thing you can do is try your damnedest to make sure you don't get left behind. That guy might get left behind. This guy might be left behind, but God damn it, I'm gonna make sure I don't. The world is not fair, and there's no 100% magic fix all, cure all for everybody.
Right.
That out the way. Now, for guys who are trying or whatever, man, hey, I know this sounds cliche, but hell, goddamn it, you got to do what you got to do, man. I don't care if pay to play, congratulate,
Gratification.
masturbation, whatever you want to call it. Do what you got to do. For your mental health, so you don't go crazy, you don't go on no killing spree because you all backed up and all kind of. It's not good for men not to have a release. Even in the Bible, not to go there, God said after he made Adam and before he made Eve, when Adam was by himself in the garden with animals, God said, it is not good for man to be alone.
Yeah.
That's a deep statement. Now, we can unpack that. Who knows what God was thinking in his infinite wisdom when he said that? That one sentence is powerful. It's a lot that we can kind of add into that one sentence.
Right.
God said it is not good for man to be alone. So nothing good gonna come from that, man. You know what I'm saying? So a man needs a release. You better get a hobby. You better do something. But that being the case, reality. Not every guy is gonna be able to, hey man, it's a hard truth, hard reality, hard facts. Do what you got to do, man. Work on yourself, be on your purpose. Try to go for long. It ain't gonna be ever, but try to go for as longest periods as you humanly can without sex. Try not to let everything that AMS shout out to Alpha Male Strategy. He's a Kimmy do that. Everything he said is true. He's saying true statements. Those are true statements. Easier said than done. Yes, that's the ideal. We shoot for that. Ideal. Easier said than done. Work on your purpose. All of that. But at the end of the day, a man gonna do what a man got to do. So so I hear you, man. Just like you, and that's good that we having a conversation. At least have the conversation. There you go. At least we having a conversation. Trying to rack our brains and come up with something, some kind of help. What do you do for the guys? Hey, man, everybody ain't able. So the only thing I can say, man, you got to do what you got to do. Work on yourself. Get to the gym. Work on your body. Work on your people skills. Work on your social skills. Try to make some more money. Learn a trade. Try to discipline yourself and all this kind of stuff. And get this. Now, for people who are, no offense, because we have a lot of them here in California, unfortunately, our high rates of living and rents and whatever. We have a big, giant homeless population, whatever. For the people that are under that poverty line, right? That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
And we're not going to talk about that. I just only reference that to say people above that. If you're working, some kind of income coming in, and you don't got like five kids to feed. If you got something coming in, you have action. Now you got action. If you homeless on the street, living in a cardboard box under a bridge, this don't apply to you. You have a lot of more problems and got a lot of stuff you got to do to get yourself up. So that's a whole nother situation. If you are working, if you're gainfully employed, got a job, got income coming in, you got a chance. Now it's on you to maximize that. Do what you got to do, right? So I don't want to say it's no excuse. Shout out to you. I don't want to say it's no excuse, but it is what it is, man. I hear you, man. And we having a conversation. We having a conversation on YouTube. It's good dialogue. We kicking the ballistics back and forth. I'm just going to say again, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes not everybody's gonna make it. It's not quite hope for everybody. I know that sounds kind of bad, but for the majority of guys, there is hope for the majority of guys. Majority of guys, there is action. A lot of guys are not utilizing what they already have. They're not utilizing their gifts. They're not utilizing their talents. They damn sure not utilizing their time. And a lot of guys just don't know.
I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I was making minimum wage, you know, and and I'm a decent, I'm decent look, whatever it is. There's more women in the world than men. I would be, to be honest with you, I'd be looking at, probably poor countries. I'll be on the internet hitting up average looking women that just may want a man. I'll be looking to move overseas. I'll be like, hey, look, baby.
Mexico, if not overseas, across the border at least.
Yeah, Mexico. Any woman that would appreciate me, I'd be like, look, you know what I mean? I don't make a lot of money. I don't have the means to bring you over here, take you care of you over here, but he can move to another country. He could say he could get married. She could get him a visa. He could live over there. He could stack some money working. And then, he could probably stack maybe over a year or two. He could probably stack maybe 20, 30,000, go over there, build a home. She may help him integrate in the culture. Maybe he could figure out some work. But if you want a woman, if you really want a woman that bad, you can move somewhere where somebody accept you, and you need the passport.
Exactly.
So it's ways. If you're not a picky man, like I need a business just consult just lost men. Just like, man, if you want a woman and you're not picky, I can help you. I can help you find a woman, man.
That's a big one, huh? What you say? No excuse. And no excuse. Yeah, we were basically saying the same thing for as if you guys are, we're saying the same thing. We kicking the ballistics back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. That if you're not homeless, or even if you're homeless if you got an income coming in. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna say this on your show because I touched on this on shout out to Richie Mac Zoom, the Thailand show. Mm-hmm. I said this on his show when I was on this panel with Mr. Organic. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Mr. Organic. I was on the panel, and Mr. Organic was saying, what he went through before he started making all his money. He was living basically under some lady's basement or whatnot, and this and that, driving a little beat up little Honda car or something like that. I don't want to misquote him, but no, this is what he was saying. He was saying before he really got on, like, and then I went ahead and I shared that how 11, 12 years ago, Bossy Boss, I was homeless, living in a car. I had a job. I had two jobs. Matter of fact, I had two jobs and going to school, going to junior college. All of my stuff from my previous apartment was in a storage unit I was paying for. Mm-hmm. I had a membership, a gym membership. I would go to the gym, work out, wash up, take my showers in the gym, go to school 3 times a week, go to work, both jobs every day, lived in my car for months. Like, it's just less than 6 months. We could say 6 months. It was about 6 months, half a year, 6 months, until I got into a program for men. And this is one reason why I'm also very men related, men centric. I was in a program for men. I stayed in that program almost 3 years. Got my own apartment, and now I'm in another apartment from there. So I went through that. But what I'm saying is, when I was homeless in a car for 5 or 6 months, working, right, making money. Most of the money is going to the bank because I really didn't have no money to spend it on. I didn't really have too many bills. Keeping my cell phone on, paying for my storage, paying for my books when I was in school, and eating. The lion's share of my money was just going to the bank. So I had a nice little stack, right? Now, so why I share that? Why do I share that with you guys? Because in almost any situation, maybe not 100%, I get it, but down there in 95%, almost any situation, you have wiggle room, you have action. Now, it might be extreme. Now, I didn't try to live in my cars. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, Hey, if somebody got to downgrade to the point where they living right above poverty level. Now you making money though, right? So the whole thing is working. Again, I had two jobs, two jobs and going to school. If you got money coming in and your bills are too high, try to get your money up, but damn sure get them bills down. Because now you got the money, but your bills got to come down so you have more money for yourself. Do that for 5, 6 months, year, 2 years, whatever. Take that, and like you said, and you know who knows? I didn't have this back then.
Right.
I didn't have this back then. Who knows? I probably would have thought differently, right? There's ways to do it, like what we're saying. There's ways to do it. No matter how extreme it might sound very extreme. Sell all your furniture, move out of the house, get you a small place, go live with somebody, go rent a room for somebody, and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this for 1 year from on the calendar date, from this month to this month next year. Boom, boom, boom. Stack this money. I'm overseas. There's ways to do it, but you just can't be lazy. Extreme call for extreme.
Hey, it's so much. I don't even want to say it's game, but you can enroll in a college. You can enroll in college. You know, I've known people. Sometimes you have to live off student loans. Sometimes you in the university.
Financial aid check. Yeah, no financial aid.
You get that $5,000 for some $10,000 refund check.
Hello.
If I would have used my refund checks wisely, I would have a home overseas paid off. You know what I mean? Like I got my refund check. You know, I paid for living. You know, and I probably.
I know people who went and bought cars off of it.
Yeah,
out here in the Bay, and people go to like junior college and sign up for all the financial aids. I know people get them checks and go wild out. Out here, they go to Vegas, they get car, all the stuff, man. There's ways to make it, man. There's ways, little hustles and hacks, but you got to get your mind right first. You got to get your mind right. You got to have a plan. You say, you know what, God damn it, come hook or crook, I'm about to do this, man. I'm not gonna get left behind. He might get left behind. He might get left behind. But boss, I ain't gonna get left behind. I'm gonna do what I got to do. Start YouTube. Get monetized. Do something. I'm not gonna get left behind.
So do you think monogamy made some men think that there's a woman for every man?
Yeah. So that would be nice, right? That would be nice. And who knows? 98% that might be true. But guess what? Who says that woman have to be of your same country? Mr. No Excuse.
Yeah.
The world is a big world. God didn't only put women in America.
Right.
God put women in Africa. He put them in Brazil, Colombia. There's women all over the world. So our dating pool, a potential marriage pool, is very large. We don't only have to deal and settle with women in America. When you have a passport, you can fly overseas. You can spend time overseas and learn other cultures and meet people overseas. You can meet women folk around the world, even for marriage. You don't have to marry an American woman just because you're American. Exactly. So, yeah, and I say this all the time. There's more women than men. Shout out to Dollar Will, not Dollar Bill, but Dollar Will. I like that. Dollar Will. I'm a will it. If I think it, I can achieve it. Shout out to Napoleon Hill. Boss knows a thing or two. So anyway, the thing is, man, it's an effed up situation all the way around. And all we can do at the end of the day is do the best for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And try not to put too much negative, toxic energy out there. Try to be positive, try to put good energy, good vibes, try to do the best we could do and try to help others, especially other brothers. But there's a lot of fuckery in the world, man. There's a lot of fuckery. There's a lot of unfairness. There's a lot of games and mechanisms and schemes going on in the background. I don't want to get deep off into it, because then it's going to start sounding like conspiracy type stuff. Conspiracies in the world, conspiracies in the government, and the way they trying to manufacture society to have society set up a certain way. So, and some of these things are so big, you almost can't fight it. One person, you can't fight it, but you know what you can do? You can try to maneuver for your own self. Be red pill aware, awake, like the movie The Matrix. This is what the government doing. This is what society is doing. I see what they're doing. Like that high school friend. Now after these years, we grown. I see his real true nature, but I still rock with him. But guess what? I'm gonna treat him like a long handled spoon. So I see and I'm aware. So now I'm gonna move a certain way. But I see it. I'm stuck here for now. I'm trapped here for now. I'm in the matrix for now. But at least I see the matrix. So I'm gonna move a certain way. And soon as I can, if it's 6 months, if it's 3 years, I have a plan. I'm downsizing. I'm saving money. I'm not going out to the club. I'm not wasting money taking chicks on 5 dates just to get a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Take her on 3-4 dates and you can't even get none. Hello, I'm canceling cable. I'm getting rid of my furniture. I'm getting a smaller car that has like 4 cylinders instead of 8 cylinders because gas is $15 a barrel. There's shit you can do. Stop making excuse because Rob said no excuse.
It's no excuse, man.
No excuse entertainment.
Just ask, man. We'll figure. We can help you figure it out, man. So one topic I wanted to bring up, you know, and I wanted to talk about what I could call sex tourism in the United States. Which is, you know, a lot of bros get criticized for traveling to these, you know, to these certain countries. But I don't see no different than guys and females. They travel to Miami, Vegas,
Las Vegas,
yes, to hook
Atlanta,
up.
Georgia. Really, when Freaknik was going on,
and most of the time to hook up.
Yeah, of course, to hook up.
So if you travel into Miami to hook up, man or female, if you travel into Vegas to hook up,
come on now. How is that not sex tourism?
How you
don't live there. You a tourist. It's just not international tourist. You on vacation. You go to Miami. You go. You on vacation, and since it's not overseas, you know it might just be the little 3-4 day vacation. You know, you off on Friday, and you call on. You use a PTO sick day on Monday. Give yourself a 4-day weekend. On your 4-day weekend, you go somewhere for 3 days, right quick, right? Depending on what coast. You know what I'm saying? You go in there to turn up. So that's why I don't listen to all that bullshit, man. People and all that shaming, that comes from feminine energy anyway. So I look at men, so-called men, sideways when men try to use shaming tactics. Shaming tactics are what women use. Why they do that? Because women don't normally have the muscle, the violence, the strength, the force of a man. So a woman has to use this, and very effective. It works. Right. Most of us raised by mothers, have aunties, sisters, whatever. A girl start crying, that's weakness for us or whatever. So a woman will use her words to manipulate your brain. And so women like to use shaming language. They'll shame you into submission. They'll shame you into programming your brain through shame. The hell with that. You can't shame Big Boss. Big Boss ain't got me good or bad. I ain't got no filter, and Big Boss ain't got no damn shame. You can't shame me. I do what I do. I do what I do for myself. So when guys do that, when guys or so-called men try to use shaming tactics, whoa, you got these are normally white knight, manginas, they cucks, they blue pills, they manginas and white knights using female shaming language on a grown-ass man. Not gonna work.
Something came up on my in my Instagram, a topic. One of the comedians, he made a post. He was saying that, you know, ladies, do y'all like men that moan during sex? And so I made the comment, and y'all can tell me if y'all agree or disagree in the comments, but I made the comment. I was like, moaning is feminine. That's not masculine. And a lot of women kind of attacked me. They was like, men that straight try to, always try to say something is gay or something or feminine or something like that. But I never obviously it's a group of women that like to hear men moan during having sex. I can't be moaning like a female, like but maybe it's something I don't know. So I'm just curious, just talking to a red pill brother, is that
shout out to Rob No Excuse. Boy, you might be on your show, had the most craziest topics. Damn. All right. Rob No Excuse put boss on the spot. So I don't moan, I talk shit. Okay. I'm like, yeah, that's it. I talk shit. I coach. Said right there, hit that spot. Yeah. So all that moaning, you know what? I would stop short to say, hey, if she doing that thing right, you might get a moaning too. You might get a I don't know. But off the cuff, right? Off the cuff, I would say I would agree. Like for the most part, I would say no. I would tend to say no. It's like both sexes do both things, but it might be more than one side or the other. What is boss saying? Example. The primary sex hormone for men is testosterone, right? Mm-hmm. Our body believe it or not, we do produce estrogen, but very little.
Right.
Women, their primary sex hormone is estrogen. Believe it or not, their body makes a little tiny bit of testosterone. Men are associated with strength, being stoic, being a rock. Women are associated with being emotional and crying. Mm-hmm. However, there are certain times in a man's life where that big, strong man might cry. Probably not in public. He'll go off to the side. The man might shed a tear or two or three or four or five.
Right.
The woman who's emotional, sometimes she could just pull up her bootstraps. So even though it might be at 80, 20%, 90, 10%, and then invert it, there are both sides. So I say all that to say blah, blah, blah. 90, 10%, yeah, maybe the guy won't moan. But that little 10%, boy, she do that thing just right. A little moan, I go, huh! You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? You might get a little moan. You might get a moan or a groan. She do that thing just right. But yeah, normally 80, 90, 95%, normally moaning is associated with feminine characteristic. Not a man. It's not manly to be moaning and groaning.
Well, groaning in a deep voice versus a high.
You might be huffing and puffing. You might be huffing and puffing or talking shit. But just to be moaning and groaning, that's typically female-ish. But there, I can see again what I said at the very beginning. Nothing is 100%. Mm-hmm. Even if it's 90-10, nothing is 100. There's always some kind of gray areas because that's how real life works. Even if something is still normally traditionally geared one way, there are some instances where there's wiggle room, gray areas. But yeah, so normally, but I know you bringing it up because you got attacked when you said that, and well, straight men always, yeah. So I don't know. On that one, I probably wouldn't have gotten to them waters. I would let that one ride. Because you asking for it.
I'm with Dollar Will, man. I'm with Dollar Will, man. The only time I'm making a noise is when I bust, man. But I'm not gonna be hitting no high. I'm not gonna be hitting no high notes.
When you bust, that might be a high note.
Yeah, that's it. But before then, you know what I mean? You might get some breathing or some, you know.
Some heavy breathing, some huffing and puffing. You know what I'm saying? Facial expressions. I talk shit. That's what I do. Man, you trying to have it spicy up in here. What kind of questions are these, man? Hey, this real talk on No Excuse Show.
Hey man, anything goes, man. Anything goes, man. So yeah, so those that don't know, we're doing a double hitter tonight. So at 10 o'clock, in a little bit over an hour, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be on his show talking about, you know what I mean, a different topic. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, we're doing this double hitter tonight for y'all. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn it up. Let me get to some of these comments real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that definitely doesn't sound right for some dude to make a Maxwell high note.
You know, like Prince or Michael Jackson. Shout out to Steve Dollar Will. He's a real one, man. Yeah, I talk shit and give orders. Yeah, like that there, like that there. That's it. Don't stop. Get it.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna give us some time, man, to prepare for the other show, man. Any closing thoughts, man, before we shut this stream down?
Oh man, any closing thoughts? Well, thank you for inviting me on your show, sir. You know, we share a common YouTube history because we were coming up about the same time. You started a little before me, but I kind of caught up. Hey, and we both got monetized. Well, we both hit our 1,000 subscribers the same night back in January. I was doing a live stream, and you were almost there. I mean, you was like at 992. Yeah, I think you was like not even 10. You were like 7, 8 away. You might have been 992, 993, and I was at 985. Mm-hmm. And towards the end of my stream, man, I shared the screen. I showed your channel, and I had like 30 people in the room, right? I said, well, I got 30 people in here. We can get 7 to 8 people. So I got people to get you up to 1,000 subscribers that night. And later that same night, I also got 1,000. So I think that was real dope. That was real cool. And even now, our numbers are pretty much the same. So, you know, shout out to you. Continue success. You know, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to catch check and effect 100 grand and better. And I know you probably are too. So the shout out to you. Shout out to me. We got this. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for having me on your channel. And I will have to say congratulations again on your recent marriage. Congratulations. And also congratulations on being monetized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely.
Man, you out there in Philly, man. They cutting up, man. I hear the background outside your studio. They cutting up out there.
Hey, man, it's about to be motorbike summer, man. So I'm eventually gonna move my quote unquote studio to a different location. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to Big Boss Real Talk. You know what I mean? His channel was hyperlinked in the description. So all you gotta do is click on the title, click on Big Boss, hit that subscribe. And I just posted the link for the next show, which is going to start in an hour on his channel. So make sure y'all tune in, man. So it's gonna be lit.
Gonna be lit. And yeah, now the drink come out and the hookah.
I'm gonna finish my bottle and get ready, man.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, I see you in about an hour, man. And all the people that tuned in, thank you guys for coming out, supporting No Excuse on this channel. Like I say, this was his first night of being monetized, first night of many. So thank you for all the people that super chatted. Again, this was his very first monetized stream. So whoever super chatted, he's always going to remember this. This was his first episode of being monetized. And I wish we could have saw more super chats, but I know they coming in the future. So shout out to you again, No Excuse. Congratulations. I'm gonna see you in an hour. Peace, salute to the chat, and Big Boss is out. And that's Real Talk with Big Boss.